All right, hello. It's July 25th, and we're going to do another game devlog here. I believe episode 6 at this point. We've done a bunch of demos of the past month of development, and we're kind of rounding out July here. And I was able to finish a bunch of little tasks on my to-do list here. Squaring away the quests, some work on heroes, and adding a little bit of polish to the presentation of the prototype slash demo that I'm building for this gacha game. Um, let's just start here with the to-do list. I finished my latest task here, transmuting dust to gold. So I've got a very simple calculation there with a fixed value, fixed exchange rate of 5 dust to gold. I was able to implement unlocking of quests so that the player doesn't see the they don't see the questing system until they pay 5 gold to unlock it. This reduces the amount of cognitive overload that a player, like a new player, would have when they first jump into the prototype. They won't be overloaded with too much information because quest isn't something you can actually use until after you get your first hero. So I've gated it here with a small payment of 5 gold. Shouldn't be too substantial or expensive. What else did I finish working on? I did get some progress in on having the heroes appear in the list. So as you unlock heroes, those heroes will appear in the list of heroes at the top left corner. Now this way it's a little more obvious which heroes you have, and that list will fill up and be very noticeable when you unlock your first hero. Reward sprite appears on tapped open gacha. Just some little visual presentation of what you get when you open a gacha. As I had it in the previous version, it was just text telling you, hey, you got gold, hey, you got a hero. But it was very easy to lose track of what you're earning from the gacha, or even notice that you opened a gacha with a substantial prize. So I just added a simple spawning of little sprites to show, hey, you got a bunch of coins, or spawning of a larger sprite to show that you've gotten a hero. It makes it a little more obvious, especially in the early stages of the prototype. The player is not going to have too much polish or visual to go off of to understand what's going on. So I put this in to make sure that at least there's a minimal level of visual communication happening on the screen. And then in a similar vein, adding a progress bar for grinding and forging. I had a click and hold system in place, but it wasn't clear what the delay was on every time the click would actually the click would actually go through. So you could click and hold on grinding stardust or forging, but it wasn't obvious at all to a player, like how often, how quickly that click was happening and how long the delay was, like the delay cooldown was between the action actually happening. So I put in a little progress bar there that actually visually counts down and shows you that timer. And now it's a lot more obvious. Then quest time to complete shortened by hero level. This is just implementing a system where the level of a hero gets counted into how quickly their quest gets done. So that's actually quite a bunch of tasks done over the past few days. So we're going to have a lot of new stuff to see in the demo. I'm going to switch over to Godot real quick so that we can play through and see what's different. Open it up. And let's just start by running the prototype. right. So, what do we have? Basically, I've cleaned up the view here so that I can just focus on the parts and the systems that are actually present in the prototype. You can see most of the stuff at the top is hidden. We're going to start through and just play through Stellar Shooters. Let's grind Stardust, get some gachas rolling, and then demonstrate the quests and the hero system. So first thing we can see different here is that progress bar. So right above the Stardust button, that progress bar just visually shows the countdown of the cooldown. It pops every time that bar goes to 0. Lets the player know that tapping, like double tapping and tapping quickly, doesn't actually let you get faster at getting this resource. And it lets them know that clicking and holding is going to happen on this regular tick. We're going to grind a bunch of Stardust, get the Star Crystal, and then go ahead and let's go ahead and scroll through these gachas and tap. So that was an example of the gold coming in, right? So you saw there the gold, the little sprite. I'm still using just the default Godot icon sprite there, tinted into a different color. But it's a good prototype stand-in placeholder image for this. I've gotten a lot of luck, a lot of good luck in the first couple of rolls. Got a lot of gold, so I immediately spent that on upgrades. And these upgrades, these early upgrades, provide pretty substantial boost to Stardust collection and luck around getting double resources. And we're gonna go for here a 10 pull. So let's do a 10 gachas. You can see as the gold is coming out of the boxes, it's flying straight to my little gold wallet here. And with 9 gold here, I have enough to unlock a quest. Even though I don't have a hero yet, let's just unlock that quest, see what it looks like. We're able to unlock a first quest, but we're out of gold, right? So not going to be able to unlock the following quest yet. I'm going to do a couple of quick gachas here. No gold, but I do have accumulated 11 dust so far. So let's show you the alchemy system. This alchemy at the top shows the gold value calculated on 5 dust per 1 gold. And it shows me I can get 2 gold from transmuting. I'm gonna hit that button. Dust was transmuted to gold. Now I have 6 gold. That's going to be enough to buy this upgrade. Let's get the pity upgrade. And that's a basic demonstration of the core systems that I have working right now. As you get gold, you get upgrades, which lets you buy more gacha faster. I want to move on to showing how a hero appears in the game. But we do have to play around the luck here, because it's still just a 2% chance of getting a hero, which is fairly low. I would say, like, on average, I've gotten a hero maybe after 50 to 100 pulls. So we're going to keep pulling here until we get a hero. Let's be patient. We've gotten rank 3 of the gacha so far. The chance of getting a hero has gone up a bit. We're at 2.27%. But it's still quite unlikely, right? Let's upgrade the grinder level again so that we get faster Stardust generation. We've gone to quite a few cycles of grinding here. Definitely an intense waiting anticipation experience, right? 12 Stardust, I can do another 10 pull. Ooh, alright, so there we go. Made it a lot more obvious that you get a hero. The purple box spawned there and flew to the top left. So that basically drew my attention to that hero list on the top left. We see that we got a John, and she's level 1. And if we look at the bottom left, the little log output here in the game also shows us exactly what level we sorry, not what level, but the outcome we got and the actual rolls that the roll percentile that we got. The weight value is presented here. All right, so let's assign her to the quest. There we go. We've assigned Jean to the quest. And this thing's going to count down. I think it starts around 16 seconds. To finish the Stardust hunt, when she finishes it, we get a count of Stardust down here. We're at 13 gold. We could actually upgrade our quick click level again, and it's going to speed up our farming. And we're going to keep farming. That's the core loop here, right? We're going to gather Stardust, get a bunch of heroes, and we're able to, ooh, very lucky there. 2 more heroes for our party. Now that we have more heroes, our goal now is going to be to unlock more quests so that we can actually assign them to get to work. Let's do that. Try to get a few more pieces of gold, unlock 2 quests, and assign Maria and Ayumi to the questing system. Now we have an automated farming going on in the game, right? So, you know, gachas are really about farming resources to make progress. Their core is that RPG farm game loop. So now that we have a party of 3 heroes, we're able to do 3 quests and just generate Stardust idly. So at this point, we do have an option as a playtester to play the game in a more idle fashion. We can sit back, do some multitasking, and let the game run and accumulate resources, or we could continue to actively play, right? So if we're at actively play, we can push our progression much faster than if we were to just sit down and play passively. But there's definitely that option there for different types of player to enjoy. Alright, you'll actually notice at the top left, I also put in a little timer that counts up in seconds the game time so far that we've spent in the demo. It's at 530 seconds or so far, so we're looking at coming in at about 10 minutes of game time, and we're at 3 heroes. I think that's pretty reasonable progress. But the prototype does slow down quite a bit at this point. Like the main areas of progression are going to be leveling up heroes and then buying these upgrades. And at the rate that we're playing right now, you'll see if we do a 10 pull, we might get 1 hero based on the 4% chance, which we did. We got lucky there. But we should expect like 1 per 20 pulls at the 4 to 5% chance. And we're able to bump our gold value up to about 20 or so. So while we are seeing a little bit of progress, it's not insanely fast yet, right? We haven't really compounded our gains on luck or gold, but we are making steady progress. Now the next part of the game is going to be this prize shop here in the bottom left. It's not built out yet, but the idea is that once you get upgrades, And once you get enough heroes, you're going to be able to funnel the incoming resources into the side game. Technically, like the core game, core game, is a collection system, right? So now you have a side goal with the prize shop, it's like an augmentative feature where you spend gold. Basically, you'll be able to sink the gold that you're earning through this into buying prizes. As it is right now, we don't have the prize shop built out, but I'm thinking that we'll let the player buy prizes. We can scale up the cost of prizes via different tiers, or just simply like prizes getting more expensive as they get purchased. And then the player's goal from the prizes is to get their collection system, their collection filled out. So that's basically where we're at today. That's the demo. I'm just gonna wrap here for today's video. We're not gonna really go into the code too much this time, but let's do that next time. All right. So thanks for watching the video. Let's keep this one short, and thanks for watching.